Well, the holiday season has come and gone, and if you're struggling to get back into the swing of things, you're not alone.
A lot of people are. We're getting a little advice this morning on how to ease into the transition from teen mental health advocate and our good friend Tanvi Arakapudi. Good morning, Tanvi.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here today, Dan and Abby.
Absolutely. Happy holidays. Happy New Year to you. I want to dive right in, though, because 2026, it's arrived. Not everybody's ready for it, though.
Definitely. And I think yesterday itself being Monday, the first day from break, we all felt it. It was stressful, overwhelming. And it feels like such a sudden shock to our system from not doing that much work, relaxing with friends and family, doing things that excite us like 24/7, to all of a sudden having like a packed work day. So I'd like to share some tips that can actually turn that around. And stats and science and research shows that January has the highest rates of depression, feeling sad, feeling hopeless because of that transition. And it's actually the hibernation period for a lot of animals right now. But as humans, we're kind of getting back into flow. And it's really difficult on our system and trying to manage all these things, but also kind of missing that holiday season. But the important thing is to know that you're not alone. Millions of us are coming back from that transition. It's difficult, but I'm excited to share ways that we can ease that transition so it's not a complete shock, but also so we can bring parts of our vacation calmness back into our daily routines.
Ooh, yeah.
I like that.
Let's get right into it. Tip number 1.
Perfect. So the first tip is give yourself a buffer. Make sure that the first day you come back, or now that we're in the second day, you're not fully loading yourself with all emails, all these meetings all at once, but you're taking some breaks. Maybe you're checking emails a couple of times, stretching a bit, drinking some water, going outside, and then coming back in, just so you don't overload yourself, because then you feel overwhelmed and then you start to really miss the holiday season. So kind of give yourself a buffer, lean into the work, and then make sure that you kind of schedule times to just rest as well.
But bite-sized, manageable chunks of work, not all of the work on my plate day one.
Definitely, yes.
Okay, good to know.
Very good.
What's tip number 2?
The next strategy is really to plan micro moments of joy and pleasure. Sometimes as we get into this work day, we kind of forget the most important times of just relaxing. And I'm not saying take another 2 or 3 weeks off, but just schedule in 5 or 10 minutes of maybe you like to play soccer, doing art, crocheting, watching TV. Like there's so many things we can accomplish in 10 minutes, but taking that time for ourselves, or even if you just want to be with friends and family, it can really help just so we don't feel all that sudden shock. And science shows that it boosts our feel-good chemicals like endorphins and dopamine, while also lowering our stress and cortisol levels.
Yeah, it almost seems like the holidays, it's like overload, happiness overload, right? You're with your friends, you're with your family, you're eating a lot of really good food, you are relaxing on the couch in your comfy clothes, and then you come back to reality and it's like everything just drops off completely. So that it makes a lot of sense that January is a month where a lot of people struggle.
Definitely. And it's also like, I've noticed even just coming back to school yesterday, we don't really talk about this emotion of feeling overwhelmed and this sudden transition, but everyone seems like they're cool and they got back into the flow. But something that I personally did and really helped me coming back to school this year was reflecting on some of the things I enjoyed over break. I took a piece of paper, I just jotted down, maybe I got to hang out with like family members. I was able to do some art or play outside or go to the movies. Like writing any even small things, maybe you cooked or you baked something, just writing that down on a piece of paper, it made me just, like I couldn't even write any more on the paper, I was so filled up. I was like, I'm so grateful that I got those opportunities to have those memories. And whenever I'm stressed, I can go look back and just be happy and grateful, but also be excited for the next break I have. We have Martin Luther Day coming up soon, and a couple more days after that are off. And so just kind of being excited for those breaks, planning what you're going to do can make that transition much easier. But know you're not alone. Millions of us are struggling, but trying these techniques out can help ease that transition and make this Tuesday a little bit easier for you.
Tanvi, on the other side, not focusing so much on the transition, but just on those lists of little joys, gratitude, that kind of thing. Is that something you do on a daily basis? And what benefits do you find in that? No, again, not just during the transition from holidays to back to school work.
Yeah, I actually do. Like, I wouldn't call it a gratitude journal daily, but I have a book, and every day I write down or like draw images of the things I've done that day. And so before the night, like I reflect on everything, maybe like what I did in each of my classes, or maybe I watched a movie, what movie I watched, or maybe what snack I ate. Like even just the small things. as I write them down, and then actually just earlier this year, I was reflecting on 2025 and all the different books that I filled up with those daily journals. And it really made me feel like every day we accomplish so much, even though some days we feel like we're unproductive or productive. I'm just like amazed by all the things I was able to do, but also taking that time for self-care and spending the time every day to do that 5-minute journal. So I would highly recommend that if you're a youth, if you're an adult, if you're interested in being able to help yourself in the little ways. It doesn't need to be labeled a gratitude journal because there's a lot of stigma around that, but I call it the daily illustrated journal, and just trying to jot down things you've done in the day and then look forward to the next day where you can write the things that you've done.
I like that.
I love that. Celebrating little victories, right?
Yep, that's what it's all about. They add up. Tanvi Arakapudi, thank you so much for your time. While we've got you, hit people at home with your website. Where can they go to learn more about everything you do? Because you're going to be the first kid president of the country, I have a feeling.
Thank you. So my website is tanvi.us, and I did want to share a quick announcement that as part of our Nexus Youth Board, we are hosting Washington's first teen-led mental health summit on Saturday, March 21st, 10 to 4 in Renton, Washington. The goal is Action Starts With Us, the theme to bring youth adults into one space to redefine history, because historically, different mental health conferences for youth lacked youth in the audience. So we're changing that through our 3 pillars of awareness, empowerment, and action. So attendees coming could feel empowered to help themselves, their community, those around them, and even make national change after the event. So if you're interested nationally coming in as speaker, exhibitor, or as an attendee, we'd love to have you. You can follow us at Nexus Teen Hub on Instagram.
Wow. Incredible.
Incredible. Yep.
Tanvi
Arakapudi, thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Take care.